Hello and welcome to the Oxygen Kingdom. I'm the King's Mage. We recently put a new farm together so we can grow some berries. But my focus right now is on producing oxygen from this guy here. It's outputting really cool liquid. And if I can find some way of converting all this polluted oxygen to regular oxygen and being able to send that to the base, that would be really awesome. I also want to make sure this guy doesn't get plugged up. So we're going to knock this wall over. I was telling the king about castles of ancient times, and one of the things they often have is a mud room. King decided, I need a mud room. So I designed a king a mud room. Normally we just rely on manure, but the farmer has new technology to make plants grow faster. With the royal mudroom complete, I decide to focus on higher priorities, such as generating more oxygen. I've got a plan to put bottled water up here, or bottled polluted water rather. That's going to emit lots of polluted oxygen. We're of course going to clean that up so it becomes regular oxygen. And when there's too much generated, sensed by this sensor here, this door is going to open up and put it in water. Very curious how this is all going to work out. I also spent a little bit of time to try to figure out how this machine works. It's called a Critter Flexomatic. It's got a picture of a critter, and it's called Critter Flexomatic. So let's drop some critters in here. The Weaver recently joined us. They actually help out by trying to initialize this machine. I have no idea what they're doing, but perhaps it's going to work. Shortly after the Weaver did some tinkering around here, a shine bug went in, and the machine starts making some noise. After a little bit of time, the shine bug goes out, and a piece of pie appears. Except it's not edible. The more critters we get, the more pie that shows up. I wonder if we completely complete this thing, we'll be able to eat it finally. The Grooms tries to do some incubating into the cat eggs. The construction of my new polluted water to oxygen system is complete. All I need to do is wait for a bottle of polluted water to fill up. In order to get access to this pie, we wrangle this strange critter. I drop off the strange critter. I can already taste the pie. It's gonna be so good. Strange critter goes through the contraption. What's gonna happen? What flavor pie could it be? Maybe it's gonna be all the flavors. After a little bit of scanning, that critter's gonna end up on the other side. We're gonna want to wrangle it really quickly. Haha! The pie is complete, but doesn't look that tasty. And that critter, well, we better wrangle it before it causes us some trouble. So we drop off some of these critters in this room now that the pie's complete. I guess they get to eat the pie, not us. Also, someone needs to get rid of this little critter. Take them out to the cage again. So the guard removes the strange critter. And the new Draco went through. Nothing really happened. Apparently, one of us has to click on the button to make this actually work. And a little statue appears. This time a critter goes through again. I wonder if they're going to be able to eat the pie this time. After a little bit of noise making from this machine. Oh my goodness! The critter came out, but it's a completely different color. Wow! We drop this new critter off in its own stable. After doing a little bit of research, I find its food source is different than the rest of the Dreckos now. I guess it got used to pie. We've got a bottle of polluted water. I'm so excited. All we need to do now is move the polluted water bottle over. Actually, may not hurt to actually create a larger bottle. With this in place, I put a door with some logic that opens and closes depending on whether we need oxygen. I just have to think about what settings to put in. Got a new setting here. If the air pressure is above 3,000, the door closes, and the polluted water bottle is up here, exposed to these deodorizers, creating oxygen. I notice that the gas pressure slowly increases. I think this is working. It's working. We're getting oxygen from this little guy. The king has a really big announcement to make. Apparently, he's very happy about all the meat that he's been consuming, and he wants to give a special thanks to one of us. I wonder who it's going to be. The king is about to make their big announcement. I'm so happy about all the meat I'm eating. I want to give one of you guys a big special reward for all the hard work you're doing. Guard, I'm increasing your rank to a knight. Really? Really? That was the big announcement? I guess if I want to impress the king, I need to improve the quality of food. I researched this thing called a spice grinder. We've got a new glossy egg. The grooms brings it into the incubator. These little guys are so interesting. After giving them a shave, they output this really strange material. We start adding to our large bottle of polluted water. The pressure is going up and up, making it much more breathable around here. We've been digging up, way up, maybe too far up. We even get our first glimpse into space. Wonder if I can get a telescope out here. But first of all, we better patch up this hole so we don't lose all our atmosphere. The polluted water to oxygen system is working so well, we decided to build another one over here. So we'll have two spots where oxygen is being pushed out. We put one of the cats through this machine and it come out pink. I've just taken an inventory of all our resources and we're nearly out of copper ore. Still a lot we can mine. Wonder if there's a smarter way we can use it. Apparently the rock crusher isn't the best way to make metal. There's this thing called a metal refinery. We found a really interesting machine. I'm going to have to do some research. The other thing we found is all kinds of new different material. Well, there's ice and polluted ice and snow. It's starting to melt, and that's draining down on our kingdom. So maybe the first thing we want to do is make sure that doesn't happen anymore. We're starting to load a polluted water bottle in our next oxygen production area. We start the process of making brawny spice on any piece of omelet or barbecue meat. Time to conjure something up. A snazzy suit. I wonder who that's gonna go to. Probably the knight. We now have a metal refinery. It takes a lot of electrical magic to make this thing run. But we get twice the amount of metal, which is really nice. Well, thanks for watching the Oxygen Kingdom. Hopefully I'll see you next time where this kingdom will keep expanding, looking for more resources. Until then.